Now, another tip to smell like your favorite fragrance influencer is to not. Less is more, trust me. Your favorite fragrance influencer does not wear all the perfumes they talk about at the same time. My people, welcome back to my channel. And if it's your first time seeing my face, then salutations. My name is Priscilla, aka Prissy, aka Sissy, aka Ela, aka Silla, aka Miss Prissy, baby. And I make videos to help you smell good, look good, and feel good. So if that's something you're interested in, then please consider subscribing, like this video, and let's get right into the video of today. So in today's video, I will be telling you how to smell like your favorite fragrance influencer without having to spend a fortune, without going broke, without having a headache. I am going to be spilling the tea. I am going to be spilling the secrets on how to smell like that your favorite fragrance influencer. Yes, without spending a fortune. So if you want to know these secrets, these tips, without further ado, let's get right into the video. First tip I will be sharing with you is Decans / sampling. You've watched your favorite fragrance influencer. They have talked about a fragrance that you like, you're interested in smelling, or you're interested in wearing, but you've gone on Google, you've typed in that fragrance and you've seen the price, it scared you off a bit. Do not worry. Another way to be able to really get that fragrance without having to go and buy a full bottle is to buy a decant. And usually there are loads of, websites that sell decants. You can even check eBay. You can check like Depop if you're in the UK. But there are loads, or even Etsy. Yes, Etsy. You can go ahead and buy a decant. You can buy a 10 ml or a 20 ml or 5 ml decant depending on how much of that fragrance you want. Because at the end of the day, you might not need 100 ml of that perfume. You might not need up to 50 ml. That might be a perfume that you might just want to have 1 or 2 shots of and layer with other fragrances in your collection. So if you do not want to go ahead and buy a full bottle, or you don't want to spend mega amounts of money, but you want to be able to smell like your favorite influencer, is to go ahead and buy decants. Now, another tip to smell like your favorite fragrance influencer is to not buy into the hype or buy into trends. Now, your favorite fragrance influencer buys perfumes with a different mindset. Trust me, some people buy fragrances to talk about them. You do not necessarily need all of those fragrances. I suggest going on and buying more classic perfumes. So if, let's say, La Vie Belle, for example, you might as well just go ahead and buy the original La Vie Belle rather than buying all the flankers or all the versions of La Vie Belle, or every perfume that somebody talks about in a video. Buy a classic perfume, a perfume that will stand the test of time. And usually, I personally think that originals stand the test of time more than flankers. And flankers are usually tend to have a DNA of the original. Sometimes they smell totally different, but there are ways to layer these fragrances to, get them to smell a certain way that you want them to smell. So I suggest buying classic perfumes. Less is more, trust me. You cannot wear all the perfumes at the same time. Even your favorite fragrance influencer does not wear all the perfumes they talk about at the same time. Maximum 2 to 3 perfumes at a particular time. So don't go and buy everything, because you're going to spend a lot, end up partying with a lot of money. So I suggest buying classic perfumes, classic fragrances, if there's anything like that, or the original versions of perfumes. Less is more, remember guys. Less is more. The next tip I will be sharing is tailor or curb the amount of content that you consume from fragrance influencers. Now, I'm not saying that you should not watch fragrance influencers that have, perfume tastes that are different to yours, but just make sure you're mindful when you're listening or watching such videos. Everybody has what they like. Some people do not like oud, some people do not like tuberose, well, some other people like it. And the fact that your favorite fragrance influencer, is talking about a fragrance does not necessarily mean that you're going to like that fragrance, or it's a fragrance that will go really well with your body chemistry. So just make sure that you are tailoring the content that you consume to suit your taste. At the end of the day, remember, you are the one who will be wearing that perfume. You're the one who will be stepping into a room, and you want to be comfortable with what you're wearing. You do not want to step into a room and people are giving you, funny looks, or you don't want to be wearing too much perfume and people are, You're the one who is ultimately wearing that fragrance, and you should be confident, you should be comfortable in what you're wearing, and so therefore you should be wearing what you like. So ensure that you're tailoring or curbing the amount of content that you watch, and that you're tailoring it to your fragrance style. Find somebody who shares similar tastes to you, or who lives in sort of like a similar environment, because some perfumes work in warmer weather, some perfumes work in cooler weathers. And just ensure that, you know, your perfume taste, your perfume choices are tailored to you, because you're the one who matters in all of this. When you're purchasing stuff, you should be happy with what you're purchasing. I move on. The next tip I'll be sharing with you is this whole debacle and, you know, war between niche and designer fragrances. Some people automatically think some people automatically,
I can't believe I just said some people automatically
think that because a fragrance is niche, automatically means that it's going to smell expensive or it's going to smell lovely. In fact, I can tell you for free that niche fragrances are sometimes very complicated, complex. They smell so different that you have to be very confident to even be able to wear a niche fragrance. Designer fragrances tend to be tailored to a wider, you know, market, and so therefore they're more
Few moments later.
Designer fragrances tend to be tailored to a wider market, and so therefore sometimes they tend to even be more crowd pleasers than niche. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't go for niche fragrances, but just ensure, you know, you're not necessarily buying niche fragrances because they're niche fragrances. Buy things that you like, you know. Designer fragrances are more affordable. Sometimes, you know, they're designer fragrances that smell very similar to niche fragrances, so you don't have to splurge on a niche fragrance if you're not quite ready to spend that amount of money. You might be able to find a, you know, designer fragrance that gives you the same flavor and taste. A simple example is Maison Francisco Jean Baccarat Rouge, which is niche, and then Ariana Grande Cloud, which is a designer, in fact a celebrity perfume, that they almost give you similar things. So you do not necessarily need to part with so much money to be able to get something that smells similar. And then finally, the last tip I'll be sharing with you is get creative. And what do I mean by that? Layer your perfumes. You could layer your perfumes with body lotions, with shower gels. You know, there's some perfumes that even come in gift boxes that have the shower gel or lotion, and then they have, you know, the perfume, and they probably have a body oil. Get creative. You don't have to have so many perfumes. You know, you could start investing as well in body lotions, body butters. Here in the UK, I know Body Shop do some really nice body butters. Bath and Body Works in America as well. So just get creative with layering your perfumes as well. You can layer perfumes sometimes and get some really unique, expensive smells, and people are like, what are you wearing? You do not have to spend big amounts of money to be able to smell fantastic, guys. Just get creative. Layer your fragrances with body butters, with body lotions, with shower gels. That's it. I hope that you've learned something. I hope this has been helpful. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Go ahead and do all of that good stuff. Like, share, and subscribe. Guys, you need to like, share, and subscribe. And until I see you again in my next video, to see you again in my next video, beautiful, stay high, and bye. Designer fragrances tend to be tailored to a wider, you know, market, and so therefore they're more